Yo, Pierre, you want to come out here?
Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Fitz back in the build with yet another video. And today I got y'all with a current gen build. I told y'all I was gonna be dropping some more current gen videos on the channel. I'm probably gonna start going towards more current gen because I've been doing polls. It seemed like y'all want more current gen. When it came to me testing stuff, it seemed like y'all just wanted to see more current gen. I'm not gonna stop doing next gen. I'm gonna just start posting more current gen than I was before, which it pretty much was nothing. So yeah, man, today I got y'all with a current gen build. I'm gonna be dropping a current gen animations video very soon. If you guys want that, all you gotta do is spam the like button. But for today, we got the best scoring machine build. This is gonna be pretty much the point guard guy that gets the most badges in the game. And yeah, man, it's gonna be one of the best builds in the game. Obviously, it gets one of the most highest badges in the game, which is 65. It's not nearly as much as like next gen, but like I believe the most badges you can get on current gen is 68. So getting 65 at point guard is very overpowered. So I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to make it from the height, weight, wingspan, position, pie charts, attributes, all the way down to the takeover and the best badge setup. So yeah, man, for that alone, if you haven't already, go ahead, leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Without further ado though, let's go ahead and hop straight into the video.
I got digital dash, came right with a I walk in the store and I bought the stock. I hide in the bins and pull out the lot. Got Tiffany diamond, it cost me a lot. They flying like birds, but drop on this hot. 400 degrees, I burned out the block. Burn out, make one call, they turn out. CC the gang, get the word out. When the shit getting hot, you the first out. Cover my wrist with a watch and I flood it with rocks. Now I look at the time all day. Be high, I rap the old block and I drop off the top. And I know you can see my face. You my dog at the end, don't care what the bitches say. I got digital dash, came right with a I walk in the store and I buy the stock. I hide in the bins and pull up.
Alright, before we go too far into this video, I want to make sure to go over this. Now, we were at 4.2%. We're all the way up to 9.7%. But still, 90% of y'all that are watching my videos aren't even subscribed. I know y'all mess with the videos. We finna be going so crazy, so you might as well hit that sub button. It's that simple. Let's go! Alright, so first things first, when it comes to making this build, like I said, this is the build that gets the most badges at the point guard position. One of the best point guard builds in the game. Gets 65 badge grades, and the position we're obviously gonna go with is the point guard position. Alright, next is going to be the pie chart. Now, the first pie chart we're going to go over is the skill breakdown. This is where you're going to be getting your Hall of Fame badges. And the pie chart we end up going with is finishing and shooting. That's going to get you finishing and shooting Hall of Fame badges. And this is the pie chart that's going to get you the most badges in the game, pretty much. If you go power forward and center, that's pretty much how you get the most badges in the game. So yeah, this is going to be the best pie chart in the game for making the most badges at the point guard position. And all right, next is going to be the pie chart for the physicals. This is where you're going to get your speed, acceleration, strength, and vertical. Now, I pretty much say this every single time, but when you're at the guard position, you pretty much want to go with whatever's going to get you the most speed possible so that you can really speed boost. Because in this game, there's no speed ball rating. Their speed ball rating is based off your speed and your ball handle. So you want to go with the highest speed possible, especially if you don't think you're going to be able to have that really high ball handle. So we're going to go with the speed pie chart pretty much every single time. And all right, next is going to be the attributes. Now for the attributes, this is where you're going to be seeing how the build gets 65 badge upgrades. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and get this out the way. It only gets one defensive, but the defensive stats on that are pretty much basically the exact things that you need on this build, which is perimeter defense and the lateral quickness. You're going to have perimeter defense to get the good shot contest on the perimeter, and you're going to have lateral quickness to be able to stay in front of people. So yeah, that is very important. So yeah, we pretty much max both of those out. That's only going to be with one defensive. Then for the finishing, shooting, and playmaking, we get 21 finishing, 27 shooting, and 16 playmaking. That's going to come out to 65 total badges. For the 21 finishing, we're going to max out the close shot, driving layup, driving dunk, and post hook, and then our standing dunk is at a 49. Shooting to get 27 badges, we're gonna max out mid-range, or no, we're not gonna max out mid-range. We're gonna max out three-pointer, free throw, post fade. Mid-range is gonna be at an 83 though. Then when it comes to the pass accuracy and ball handle, those are both gonna be maxed, and then post move up to a 53 to get our playmaking badges to 16. So yeah, man, that's pretty much going to be the best attributes for this build and the way that you make the most badges on a point guard and get the scoring machine build. All right, next is going to be the height. Now for the height, We're going to go 6'5". That's going to be pretty much the best height in the game to go tall without losing too much on shooting and defense. But the main thing that you're going to be losing is a little bit on speed and a little bit on ball handle. But you're not going to lose anything on your three-pointer. You're not going to significantly lose anything on your ball handle. Now, if you want to be able to get the pro dribble moves off rip, go 6'4". You're going to have that 80 ball handle. If you don't know, 80 ball handle is how you get the pro dribble moves off rip. So if you want to have that, just go with 6'4". That's a good height to go with too. But for video purposes, I did go 6'5". All right, next is going to be the weight. Now for the weight, you're not going to go quite minimum, but you're going to go 179. Why do you want to go there? Because when it comes to the weight on this game, on 2K20, it didn't really do this, but you're going to get a lot of more speed. You really did get acceleration and vertical. You don't really get anything for your vertical no more when it comes to the weight. But yeah, you're going to get speed now, which is probably better. So yeah. You're going to actually be able to get your speed up to above a 90 now at 99. That's not even going over yet if we get Gym Rat Badge. Because if you know Gym Rat Badge, that gets +4 on top of that. So yeah, that's going to be pretty good too. This is going to be pretty much the last time we're going to go over speed. So that's actually can get up to a 95 now. And yeah, we want 179 so that we lose as little bit as possible in interior defense and lateral quickness and post moves. All right, next is going to be the wingspan. Now, for the wingspan, it's quite simple. We want minimum wingspan, pretty much. Well, not if it's not minimum, it's 77 inches. But pretty much, I'm pretty sure that's minimum because look how much you're losing on your standing dunk, driving dunk, close shot, and all that stuff. Now, I did that so we can be able to get the ball handle to an 80 off rip. That's the easiest way to get it on this build. But if you want to go higher, you can and still be able to get certain things. Now, I'm pretty sure you're not going to be able to get contact dunks. Your three-pointer is going to be a lot lower. So that's going to might make the build a little bit worse. But for this build, this is going to be a build that can shoot. It's going to be a build that can speed boost. It's going to be a build that has pretty decent defense. And when it comes to the finishing, it's still going to be very decent finishing. When it comes to the layup, close shot, and driving dunk, you're not going to be able to get contact dunks, but you're still going to be able to finish at a really high rate. All right, next is going to be the takeovers. Now, when it comes to the takeovers for this build, you can go sharp, slasher, or playmaker. I wouldn't go shot creator. Sharp takeover is the only takeover in the game that's going to give you +10 to your three-pointer. So if you want to go with that, you can. On this build, you're going to have a 91 three-pointer at 99, and in takeover, you can get to a 99. The thresholds on this game are very important to get if you want to reach that 99, 95, 90, 85, and 80, and 75. Those three-point thresholds are very important to reach. So if you want to be able to do that, you can. Now, one thing I would say, you'll reach that 95 threshold no matter what in takeover because you're going to get +5 to every single attribute no matter what takeover you choose. So I didn't really think it was necessary to go to the 99 with this, so I went with slasher. Playmaker is another really good one. I really go with playmaker if I don't get slasher though, because slasher pretty much gets the same thing as playmaker, just doesn't get the passing, but slasher gets like stuff like speed, acceleration, but also strength and vertical with some layup, dunk, and standing dunk, all type of stuff that you really think is really good for inside scoring. So I did go with slasher, especially with this build being a score machine and it can't get contact dunks. Another thing that slasher takeover allows you to do, it allows you to get contact dunks, and even without having the contact dunk packages. So yeah, that's another thing. Playmaker takeover is gonna help you your teammates hit shots and help you take a lot of ankles, but I still went with slasher takeover on this build. And the build comes out as a score machine similar to shades of Goran Dragic, Jamal Murray, and who else? Stephen Curry. So yeah, man, that's going to be the best scoring machine build in the game. Get 65 badge upgrades, most badges on a point guard build. All we got left to go over on this build is the best badge setups for this build. So yeah, man, without further ado, let's go ahead and hop straight into the video. Alright, so first things first, when it comes to the badge setups, it's always going to be the finishing badge setup. So when it comes to the finishing badge setup, we have 21 badge upgrades to go work with, and that is a lot of badges for a build that doesn't get Hall of Fame finishing. If you don't understand what this build gets, it only gets Hall of Fame shooting. I might have said it earlier in the video, but you gotta bear with me. This is one of my first videos come back on current gen. This doesn't get Hall of Fame and you get gold. But yeah, when it comes to the finishing, you're gonna get 7 gold badges for this build. We're gonna get Giant Slayer. That's going to be a very important badge to cancel out Rim Protector and cancel out the stamina issue in this game. And when it comes to the shot contest, you're gonna get your shot contest not gonna be affected nearly as much. So you're gonna make a lot more layups and more dunks. No matter what the contest is, it's going to help you make those more because it's going to just be contested less. Then when it comes to a badge like Consistent Finisher, that's probably the best layup badge in the game. Fancy Footwork, not as overpowered as it was on 2K20, but still very useful in this game. If you don't want to go Fancy Footwork, you can go with a badge like Lob City Finisher or Acrobat. That's really up to you. Then when it comes to a badge like Showtime, very, very good badge. It's not as overpowered as it was at the beginning, but every single time you do a dunk or layup, Well, mainly dunks, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's just dunks. You're going to get added bonus to your takeover. Then when it comes to badges like Relentless Finisher, Contact Finisher, and Slithery Finisher. Relentless Finisher, that's going to be, no matter what you're doing, a dunk, layup, lob, it's going to help you make those a lot more, especially when fatigue. Contact Finisher, when you add a contact dunk package, that's 20% chance of a contact dunk. And every single tier on top of that of Contact Finisher is 15%. So, pretty much, bronze is 35%, silver is 50% chance of a contact dunk, and gold is 65% chances of a contact dunk, which is what we have. And if you can get to Hall of Fame, that's 80% chance of a contact dunk. Then when it comes to Slithery Finisher, that's going to get you the best animation every single time for every single situation. And this is an animation-based game. We all know how 2K is with these animations. So yeah, you really want to have that badge, and that's not really all it does. It's also going to be upping your dunk frequency. And in my opinion, from my experience, it also helps me get more contact dunks. I know it says it avoids contact, but if you use this badge, you see the difference between how much you dunk and how much you don't in comparison to have this badge and if you don't have this badge. So yeah, that's going to be the best finishing badge setup for this build. All right, next is going to be the best shooting badge setup for this build. So for the best shooting badge setup, we have 27 badge upgrades to work with. Now, when it comes to the best shooting badge setups for this build, it's going to have 6 Hall of Fame. This actually gets Hall of Fame. I might have tweaked on it earlier, but I got it right now. So when it comes to the shooting, we're going to have 1 gold, 6 Hall of Fame. When it comes to the gold and Hall of Fame, we have Clutch Shooter and Hot Star. Hot Star is going to have you really starting the game off really well. Every single shot you hit is going to make the next shot and the next shot and the next shot go in. Until you miss, it does nothing. It's going to get you a hot start. Clutch Shooter, this is going to really affect the end of the game. So when you're at the park, it's going to really help you finish games. It's going to really help you shoot a lot better at the end of games. Now, if you're at the rec, it's really for the 4th quarter. I'm pretty sure at the end of the game, but at the rec, I'm pretty sure if you're playing 5v5, it's going to be pretty much the whole 4th quarter and overtime. So yeah, it's going to help you shoot at a way higher rate with that type of stuff. Yeah, this build gets a lot of badges, so you can put both of those badges on. Then when it comes to a badge like Corner Specialist, it's going to help you shoot hash down, whether you're on the mid-range or 3-pointer line. It's going to help you shoot that at a way higher rate. Then when it comes to badges like Deadeye is going to be pretty much the best badge in this game to cancel out the shot contest. Steady Shooter is another good badge, but I would only really put that on if you have Sharp Takeover. It's not really necessary to put it on this game at all, in my opinion, though. Then when it comes to badges like Green Machine, Hot Zone Hunter, and Range Extender. Range Extender is going to pretty much extend your range and make it that much easier to shoot within your range. They took this badge out on Next Gen. For some reason, it's one of the best badges 2K have ever had. And yeah, it's back on 2K21 not next gen, but current gen. Very good badge. Probably the best shooting badge in the game. Green Machine and Hot Zone Hunter. Hot Zone Hunter, when you have hot zones, your make percentage is going to go up, making your green window bigger, making it that much easier to get greens and make your shots. And then when you put Hot Zone Hunter on top of those hot zones, your green window is going to go up because your make percentage is going to go even higher and going to make it that much easier to get greens and make your shots even more. So yeah, that's going to be what Hot Zone Hunter is really for. Then we have Green Machine. So when we're getting greens and consecutive getting greens, because of all these other badges we have, it's going to be that much easier to get that green and that next green and that next green and that next green until you don't green no more, and it's not going to really do anything. It's going to help you make that next shot, but if you don't get a green, you got to restart the cycle until you keep getting consistent greens. So yeah, man, that's going to be pretty much the best shooting badge setup for this build. Alright, next is going to be the Playmaking badge setup for this build. So we have 16 badge upgrades to work with. So we have Gold Quick First Step. That is probably the most needed, useful badge on this game. When it comes to speed boosting, that's going to help you get open for everything. A dunk, a layup, a mid-range, a 3-pointer. Going off screens, ISO, it doesn't matter. It's going to help you in any situation as a guard. You definitely need that badge. And Quick First Step is going to help you speed boost at the highest rate possible for whatever tier of speed with ball that you have. Then when it comes to badges like Handles for Days and Unpluckable, Handles for Days is going to cancel out the stamina issue. It's not as good as Next Gen, but it's definitely a very needed badge. Then when it comes to Unpluckable, very, very good badge on this game in comparison to Next Gen. It's going to pretty much help you not get ripped nearly as much. The only thing that really is a problem with this badge, they need to make it so that you don't get ripped nearly as much when it comes to bump steals, or they call more fouls when people reach at you. That would be a very good cancel for badges like Pickpocket. But yeah, Unpluckable is actually a really good badge on current gen in comparison to Next Gen. Then we have Floor General to help our teammates' offensive attributes. Pretty much gonna get them +3 to all their offensive attributes when they're on the court with you. Just that simple. You don't have to pass to them to help them shoot. It's just when they're on the court with you, it's +3 to all their offensive attributes. Then we have Ankle Breaker to take people's ankles. Very overpowered badge on current gen. Anytime somebody goes the wrong way, it's most likely going to be ankles. Then we have Dimer on bronze just to put the last badge. But you can put that on whatever you want. That's really up to you. That's just a miscellaneous. But all these other 5 gold badges, you definitely need to have. And yeah, that's going to be the best playmaking badge setup for this build. And last but not least is the defensive rebounding badge setup, and it's not nothing too crazy that we have to go over. It's only 1 badge upgrade, so you really only have 2 options. You can go Clamps or Intimidator. Clamps is gonna help you play the best on-ball defense possible, but I feel like you really want to have Intimidator at least on bronze so you can get the best shot contest possible, whether you're on the perimeter or in the interior. But yeah, man, that is going to be the best defensive rebounding badge setup and the best scoring machine build on next gen. I keep forgetting what game on current gen NBA 2K21. So yeah, man, if you haven't already, go ahead, leave a like on this video. It helps the video out a lot, go out to a lot more people. Subscribe if you're new. We do this every single day. I'm on the road to 100K, so if you can't hit that sub button, if you're new to the channel, at 75K, we got a banger week coming, and banger weeks always go crazy. So yeah, you want to hit that sub button. It's just that simple. Turn up post notifications for the first to every single one video. Share this video to anybody who thinks it will help. But yeah, man, it's your boy Fitz, man. And I'm out to it, man.
Tell them to bring me my money.
I just want me a dance right out with the gang and smoking on endo. Rolling around through my hands, better tuck your chain, they pulling them kick those.
Just from the block going crazy. Fuck around and just rob your lady.